Hello and welcome to more Trails in the Sky. Second chapter. Last time we left off, we arrived in the Riverrun village and learned shit went down with the dragon. So now we're basically headed towards the abandoned mine to chase after Agate. However, there's treasure on this route, so we're gonna look for the treasure and then head to the mine to find Agate. Great. Oh, thankfully it's only one. There's still no waste of time to fight this thing. To be honest, not really. Yeah, it's following us. Yucca Claws. Oh, that's a weapon for Zen. Nice. I didn't buy Zen any new weapons. And now there are more monsters. And now I'm running away. Okay, so thoughts about the plot so far. Honestly, it is pretty interesting to have both. They've been doing interesting things to basically hide the Ouroboros' plans from the audience figuring out immediately what they're up to. I have to say, changing the formula and have Ouroboros basically not really be up to much, but a minor thing that spirals into something much worse is an interesting way to go about what's obviously become the plot standard formula of arrive in a region, discover what Ouroboros is up to, stop them. Yeah, it's a pretty trite, but basically the first two times it was pretty cool. Especially the whole investigation aspect of it, but by the third time around they had to get more clever with it, and so basically faking us out with who the main villain of that arc was pretty cool. Now hiding it and rolling it, and then this one just having it be completely separate from everything that's going on. And just accidentally coming across it is a pretty cool way to change out the formula that's been, happening for the game. Well, the first two times were pretty obvious. I do like that, the dragon model is also completely different from any other model that we've had in the game. Like, most of the monsters are rendered in a different style than background stuff, and the dragon is rendered in something different entirely. Like, yeah, this was all made for originally a PSP game, but it does still have its own unique look and style to it that does ultimately work for what it is, which is a throwback to old school JRPGs. Now, the later games of the series do take your more cues from modern JRPGs in terms of its stylings, especially the Cold Steel games, which are the only ones we've gotten in America, because it's another two pair of games that never got released in America. That I kind of hope get to America, considering they do have plot points for the overall story that does end in Cold Steel. Because basically there's like a 7-game narrative going on here, and Cold Steel kind of just the finale. But in America we're missing the middle part, so yeah. It's not like I can even guess what's going on in the middle part, because one, I haven't finished. Now, I've been trying to stay as spoiler free from basic plot turns as I possibly can. So I'm achieving this as soon as you guys are achieving this if you're just watching this. Place a heal there, put a heal there, moving on into the mine. Ah! This is the entrance to the abandoned mine. The door's open, do you think? Estelle, look! The chain's been cut. It looks recent, too. I knew it. Oh, it's work. I'm sure he must have gone inside. He must have to hurry to. We might have to hurry to catch him. Come on. Okay. So anyway, back to the plot thing. Oh dear. That should be enough. We'll need a bit more time to gather the necessary data. Of course, this is the sort of job he'd shove off on me. Having a bad day? I have a guess, it seems. But you're the Red Lieutenant from before, aren't you? You've got that same golden sword. Been a while, you bastard. Agate, Course Snare, the Heavy Blade, Bracelet rank C. No, you were promoted to rank P after the coup. No surprise the former member of the Intelligence Division will already know that. You were always sneaking around in the shadows like a rat back then. Decided to get a bit more showy this time, huh? Well, whatever. I ain't interested in arrest or anything nice like that today. I'm just gonna slice that smug look right off your face. Confident, aren't we? I wouldn't call what happened showy, personally. It was certainly nothing compared to what you saw 10 years ago. I've had a look at the records of every bracer in this country. You and I are very similar in some ways, Agate Corsnair. Similar, huh? You don't know shit, so don't say shit. Oh shit. You should know from our last encounter a difference in our abilities. On top of that, I have a dragon at my disposal. So what could possibly drive you to engage me alone? You think I give a damn about my chances of winning? I can't stand you. I'll take any chance I can to get a kick at your ass. Unbelievable, this is the extent of your power. I won't even need the dragon. What? We may be similar in some ways, but there is one crucial difference between us. That being the reason we take up our swords. The hell are you? I wield mine to discard my humanity and walk the path of ruin. You only wield yours in a desperate attempt to fill the emptiness within you. Swinging that lump of iron fills the void within you. For a brief moment, your rage lets you flee from your grief, but in the end, you're only deluding yourself. Shut up. Should you continue to hide behind your delusions, you will never move forward. As you are now, you are neither fit nor for enlightenment nor the path I follow. You will always remain incomplete. Shut the hell up! Was that Agate's voice? The way it's echoing, I think he must be in the big open mining pit. Come on, let's hurry. Yeah, we have to hurry, but treasure's also in here, so let's deal with that first. While the awesome battle music plays. Hopefully we won't run into any monsters, so that'll slow us down on the way to saving Agate. Oh, we're already slowing ourselves down, chasing after treasures. Okay, back to what I was saying. Yeah, basically, I have a base idea of stuff that happens later in the series, because I looked up guides, so I know how to play the game slightly better, huh? The bridge was broken the last time we came here. It must have been repaired in the interim, perhaps by the Royal Army or local miners. Maybe. Oh, nice continuity right there. But yeah. Like, I would love to play these games in complete order, especially considering the fact that the Cold Steel games, the last two of the franchise, are confirmed to be coming out to America sometime later. Like, I'm not sure when, I just know it's later. Because the first two games are out in America. I have them on Steam, and the next two games are the ones that will come out next. Ugh! Damn you, careless. As the one mercy I offer you, I'll end this quickly. Oh, shiznack. Now then, it's almost time. I should alter the Gospel's control style while I still have a moment. Just a damn second. I'm not done yet. It's not over yet. That's Agate. See that? You still cling to that broken lump of iron. As you wish, you shall die as broken as your blade. Short stuff. The hell are you doing? I was worried about you, Agate, so I came here with Estelle and... Tita! You, stop them! And that's fire. This is bad. Please. Do you think please will work on him? Just run already. The granddaughter of Zeiss's Professor Russell, Tita Russell. I heard you were a child genius, but no genius would ever behave so recklessly. In truth, I'm not fond of harming women or children. Still, I'll do what I must. Now be a good girl and move. You son of a bitch. I won't move. I won't. Agate's always saving me, so... I have to help him back. I have to. No, that's not it. Not just it. He's blunt and he always looks annoyed. He always treats me like a kid and calls me things like short stuff, but he's really very nice and he's always watching out for me. He means so much to me. I love him. So I won't move no matter what. Tita, you're a very brave little girl. Though I can hardly believe you care that much for such a blockhead. It seems you're not the only one who wishes to challenge me, so I'll take my leave for now. Huh? Because the army's here, and they have bigger guns. Main guns? Reinforcements all men prepare to take field immediately upon landing. They finally show their faces. Now we can begin the final experiment. Huh? Wait, you. Don't forget, Agate Corsair, so long as you continue to delude yourself, you won't amount to anything, nor can you protect anything you deem important. Wait. Now look, I stood here and listened to you run your mouth for what felt like forever. I am so not letting you get away with that. Estelle Bright, you too should take this to heart. Huh? Once this experiment ends, our plans will enter its next stage. If you fail to keep your wits about you, I guarantee you will come to regret it. Hey, wait, what's that supposed to? Curse you, dragon, you will not flee! All hands, fire, bring it down! You had a better chance when you were... Oh, the ships I see firing too. As if your chance can be anything against a legend. Now, let us go. Ragnar the Ancient. Dragon way! Wait, why aren't we chasing him? What are you doing? Does this have something to do with your stupid bracer grudge? Not in the slightest. The monster wasn't even scratched by rounds from our combat vessel. What do you intend to do that cannons cannot? Well, General, even to you, Your Highness, I shall not yield at this point. Courage and recklessness are different things. Your Highness, I'm sure you saw the damage to Bosun and Reverend. This has, in essence, become a war. A war, yes, you're right. Leave the bread to the bakers, Miss Bright. If this is a war, the professionals will handle it. And if you want my advice, you're better off searching for Ouroboros' center of command. But you're kidding. Look how we went from having a sword back to being injured in like one frame of animation. Agate. Take it easy, okay? Just finished patching you up. You are the heavy blade Agate, yes? Cassius tells me you are quite an active young bracer. Don't care what the old man said. General, listen. Leave the bread to the bakers, war to the professionals? You seriously saying that? Of course I'm serious. Unlike bracers who exist only to protect private citizens, we must protect the country as a whole. We must protect liberal soil and those who live upon it. The army is the only instrument that can protect liberal soil and those who live upon it, huh? Don't make me laugh. Whoa, Agate, calm down. You're always too late. You idiots move like slugs. You just worry about keeping everyone in step. You can't do shit without orders. You can't even protect the things you say you will. You can't do it now. You didn't do it 10 years ago. I wonder, who the hell could leave it to you? This time, gotta protect Misha myself. Now is he okay? He doesn't seem to have reopened his wounds. He's simply exhausted, physically and mentally. Oh, Agate. He was making an even bigger fuss than usual. For now, he needs rest in his own bed. His home's in Rovrun. My ship can take him that far at least. Thank you. Wait a minute. Do you know Agate's house? How do you know Agate's house is in Rovrun? I remembered that. I met him once before. The little boy from that day has grown quite a bit. What day? It was immediately after the 100 Days War. The day the memorial to his sister and the other villagers was erected. What? Meanwhile, in the ruined village, I see, what a mess. Miss Sprite, General Sir, I'm sorry to have caused so much trouble. No, in the end we couldn't stop the dragon's rampage. I'm sorry we weren't of much help, really. You've no reason to disparage yourself, Miss Bright. Even with that dragon still on the loose, you've proven indispensable in the aid you've given others. You've successfully evacuated the market, and Mr. Corsair's firefighting efforts were marvelous. Only you bracers could have responded so quickly. I have to admit, General, it feels a little strange to hear you say that. But about Agate. Is it true that during the war his little sister was, It is, yes. Larbal's forces and the Imperial Army were fighting in the village's outskirts. During the battle, some Abronian incendiary rounds hit the village. Ultimately, some of the homes were burnt and some of our villagers lost their lives. One of them was Misha Corsair. In a way, the Royal Army is culpable for the entire incident. The defensive line we established to protect the village ended up doing little more than trying to fighting into it, and the end result was large proportions of the village being laid waste. Oh. And the order to re-establish the defensive line came from my desk. You can very easily say the blood of those people is on my hands. General, sir, please, you don't need to blame yourself. The Royal Army was doing their duty, that's all. The whole thing was just a tragedy built upon coincidences colliding. No reason. You needn't make excuses for me. Those sorts of justifications hold no meaning for those who lost family. Those like that red-haired young man. Well, after the battle I attended the funeral for the village's dead as a representative of the army. I still clearly remember the eyes of one particular red-haired man red-haired young man in attendance. Bottomless sadness, twisted by rage, eyes such as I have never seen before or since. and I was the one responsible for giving him such eyes. No, that's not true. Agate never blamed the Ebonians or the Royal Army, or even you, General. The person he blamed was himself. Huh? What do you mean? All I know is what I observed, but Agate always seemed to blame himself in some way for Misha's death. Wasn't even remotely true, of course, but he convinced himself it was. And then, after practically torturing himself over what happened, he left the village. He wanted to search for an answer, to find a way to make it up to Misha. I always thought his time as a street thug in ruin was because of that, because he never found his answer. He did eventually get his head screwed back on and began walking the path for Bracer, but I don't think he ever truly found the answer he sought. He's still trapped by some sadness, that same rage at himself. How terrible. Hey General, are you sure you won't let us Bracers help against the dragon? What? We definitely have some strong points the army doesn't. We're smaller so we can respond faster, we're closer to the civilian population. It's a bit easier for us to get to places where the army has trouble getting to, too. I know we could help if you'd let us, but now that I've heard all this, I think Agate became a Bracer because he thought there was potential in those abilities. The potential to find a way to make some peace with his sister. Yeah, I think I can understand now why Agate became a Bracer when Dad invited him. Dad became a Bracer when he lost Mom, after all. So to prove the potential of Bracers, and more than anything, to help the people in need around me, I want to do everything I possibly can. So please, let us help you. Estelle. Well said. I wonder, had Bracers been in Boast 10 years ago, could it all have been... It's nothing. Cassius is swamped with other duties, so I will be taking command of army operations against the dragon. I need to head back to the Hawking Gate and hold council over our next moves. I will take your suggestions under advisement. So then, do not be hasty, I merely said I would take it under advisement. I will contact your guild house tonight with the results of our deliberations. That is all I can promise. Right, we understand. I'll be waiting to hear from you, sir. I must pardon myself here, then. Ryzen, my thanks for your hospitality. No, please come by any time. Okay, we better get back to Bose. Agate should probably stay here, huh? He's going to need at least a few days to recover from his wounds. We should let him sleep for now. Yeah, good idea. Let's check on him before we go and fill in Tita what's going on. Elder Ryzen? I know how now's not the best time to ask, but please take care of Agate for us. You don't need to worry. He's part of our family here. Besides, compared to 10 years ago, a dragon is nothing. We should be thanking the goddess no one's died yet. We're down to a party of 3. Now where's Agate's house? Oh, it's right next to the mayor's house. I mean, elder's house, whatever. Estelle. Hi, Tita. How's Agate doing? He's still asleep, but his face looks a lot better, so I think he'll be okay as long as he gets a lot of rest. Oh, I see. So this is Agate's house, huh? It's small, but it feels so warm. This is where he lived with his sister, then. Hey. This photograph. This looks like a picture of when Agate was a kid. That means this girl must be... Yes, I think it's Misha. She's such an adorable little girl. It looks like she and Agate were very close. I think so too. Agate and Misha look really happy after all. Yeah, they really do. Agate looks about 14 in this, so Misha must have been, what, 12? Agate's got that sort of face that just screams, I'm the world's biggest prankster. I bet he was an interesting kid. Hey now, don't read too much into a man's old photographs. That's a little embarrassing. Really? Still though, why did Agate keep quiet about his sister? He kept talking about her as if she was alive. Yes, but if you think about it, Agate never said Misha was alive. He said he comes back to visit, and I bet he meant he visits her grave. Then you mention it, yeah. He still should have known we had the wrong idea about it though. Why wouldn't he correct us? I don't know, but Agate said once work calmed down he'd introduce us all. I think he was going to tell us then. That's right, I bet that's it. Well, we can ask him later when he intended, but... Tita? We need to head back to Bo's guild house soon, but what is it? Oh, I see. Estelle? You don't need to say anything, Tita. You're going to say you want to stay behind and take care of Agate, alright? Underestimate me at your own peril, my little Tita. I can read the inside of your mind like a picture book. It's a big sister thing. Aww. Tita, don't worry, we'll handle the rest. You just put your efforts into nursing Agate back to health so he can be back on his feet. Estelle, everyone, thank you so much. Aw, you don't need to thank us. There's only one thing I'll ask of you to do. When Agate wakes up, tell him what we just told you, okay? You mean stuff about bracers and the army and working together? Yeah, also I want you to stop Agate from trying anything reckless physically if necessary. We're not to let him out of this bed until he's fully recovered, got it? Yeah, I'll do my best. Estelle, everyone, be careful, okay? Did it make me have to walk back the Bo's? It's just a three-way. That's gonna be a pain. I guess we're walking the Bo's then. Let's see, I've told the story to Tita. Anything else we need to do? Let's go to Bo's. Alright, let's turn to the city before sun sets. Good idea. We'll probably hear back from the general tonight, so you better hurry back to the guild house.